Okay. All right. It does look like everyone can see the screen. And I just want to make sure that everyone is also on mute. And also, before we begin here, I do want to introduce you to someone very special. Joining with me today is Lakwinder Sin, who will be available via chat. And what he'll do is answer any questions that you may have along the way. And then that will be what we will do to help you with answering questions. He'll be able to take some screenshots and tell you where certain things are just in case. So let's go ahead and get started. Oops. Just one more second here. Okay. All right, thank you so much there. Sometimes the two systems, Zoom and Google Docs, doesn't always work well together. And so it's just a little bit of back and forth for me. So let's go ahead and get started with our topic today, which is an overview of the menu update and navigation changes that we've made over the weekend. And so basically all the features that you've come to expect are still available, and we are only changing the names and location of a handful of features in order to make the overall experience easier to navigate. And our agenda today is very simple. We're just going over the updates made to the edit, distribution, analytics, and integration sections of the survey platform. And then next, we will go do a live demo of these 4 sections so you can see the changes live. And then if we have time, we can open up the floor to any Q&A from the audience. But again, keep in mind, if you have questions along the way, Lakwinder is there to help answer any questions via the chat box, and that we can review those as we go along. And if there's anything left over, we'll go over those at the end. So let's begin. So the very first thing you'll do is, when you log in, you'll see something brand new, and that we now have the 4 following sections on the top, which is edit, distribute, analytics, and integration. And edit, as everyone knows, that's where you will create and add, and edit any changes or updates to your existing surveys or to any new surveys. Distribute, which used to be send menu, includes options where you will distribute any emails out to social media, intercepts, QR codes, and more. And new to the distribute menu is the mobile distribution options, because that's part of distributions. And then, of course, analytics. That is where you'll see anything related to reports and managing data, as well as options to merge data. All of those things are underneath analytics. And integration, which is the last pillar or the last section, that's where you can integrate with tools such as Google, Salesforce, and more. The integration tool, as you know it, has remained the same. So just to break down this cheat sheet, so to speak, in the edit menu, there is no changes to the workspace, design, media library, and languages menu. All of that has remained the same. And then under the settings, all the survey setting tools that allow you to customize the experience of taking a survey are now available here. The things that you're familiar with that got moved underneath here include notifications and security. And then we also created a separate tab underneath Edit for any Finish options, which used to be Completion menu. And this is where you would customize the actions after any of the completions of a survey. And included under Finish options is now Rewards. So we've now added that as well so that you can add incentives to any of the surveys very easily as part of a way to complete and finish your survey for every person that takes your survey. And for those who have a team or enterprise license, you will have access to 2 additional edit options there. That includes advanced quota, which allows you to limit the responses to surveys based on survey response questions or system variables or geolocation. And we also have a newly named variables menu, which is formerly known as custom variable mapping. And this will allow you to customize and rename the custom variable fields. Under the distribute menu, which we used to call send menu, it's been renamed to distribute, and it basically offers, again, multiple ways to deploy a market research survey. And underneath there includes email and embed menus, which have remained the same. The share option, which used to be social media or social menu, is now share. And then that's where you can actually allow people to share on like LinkedIn, Facebook, so on. And they also have QR codes there as well. Formerly known as expert services, we now call it audience. And basically that allows you to purchase respondents for all of the survey projects. And mobile is moved under distribute menu, and the mobile option again will allow you to set up and manage offline survey devices for collecting responses in the field. No Wi-Fi or 4G connection needed. And under analytics menu, we used to call it reports, and now it's called analytics. So everything related to the management and analysis of data has been moved under analytics, and that updates include any dashboards that you've seen before, and also each menu under the analytics is now drop down with access to various reports, which we'll go over in live here shortly. And then you'll also be able to access an analysis, which will open up all the basic and advanced analysis tools. We also have a separate section for text analytics, which will find all the word clouds and text categorization options, and choice modeling, which you'll be able to access if you're using tools, question types like conjoint, maxdiff, and turf analysis. And of course, manage data, which hasn't changed, is now underneath here. That allows you to manage all the data, and including download history and all the different types of downloading options in different formats, and so on and so forth. And last but not least, integration basically has stayed the same, and this is any time you need to integrate with any type of third-party tool outside, including Salesforce, Google, etc. All of that has remained the same. So what we'll do next is we're going to go ahead and take a look at this and see. And let's go ahead and jump into my account. And as soon as you either create a new survey or open an existing survey, you'll then see the changes. So let's open that up. All right. So here you can see edit, distribute, analytics, and integration. And again, Workspace Tools, and when you copy and paste or add your questions in, remain the same exact look and feel, including adding questions, basic, advanced, accessing your library, and Canvas questions. The design in which you can update your themes and your logos, and you can also do custom themes here. It includes CSS if you like. If you need to update any display settings, this is where you can do that, including moving the progress bar, updating the next finish button, and everything here. Once you've updated this, you can click Save to update the changes. The media library is still the same. We actually made some changes to this back in August. So if you haven't seen it yet, media library includes all images and like probably videos. You can even include GIFs and put those and apply those into your into your surveys. And so that can be included into any survey-specific questions that support images, or if you want to add it to the question part of your survey, you can just grab the HTML and add that inside there. So it's very simple to do. Languages still remain the same, so if you need to add languages, we do offer well over 60 plus languages, and the same item in terms of importing and exporting the translation document is available. And so usually what you do is you create the survey, and then you can download the document and then add your translations and import it back in. Now the difference here is the finish options, and this is where you can see we have changed this to send or distribution, and here you can see that rewards is now available under finish options, but the same tools that you've learned how to add rewards and incentives is the same. So the look and feel of that has not changed. And once you've updated, you can click on Save Changes below. And for those with advanced quotas or with the team in enterprise, you'll see advanced quotas that you can apply, including weighted quotas, custom variable quotas, and advanced quotas that can be available here. And then to label all the variables that you're using, either system variables or variables that you've uploaded with your email list or your communities list, you can bulk add them here. And then of course, under the settings, this is where you'll see the other changes. And this is where we've moved all of the security options, which have remained the same, and also any of the notifications. So that includes thank you messages via email, confirmation to the admins when survey responses are received. And then of course, action alerts. So if a person answers the question in a particular way, they can turn on an action alert in which you can immediately respond based off of something that they have given. So for example, like an NPS, they give you a score under 9 or 10, and you want to follow up with the customer to see what you can do to raise that NPS score in the future. And so setting that up includes the criteria and updating and saving changes and setting up your notification group. Under distribute, you will again see the same thing. Email, embed is the same. The sharing option, which used to be social, is now available here with Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and the QR code. Community, if you have the communities platform and you're managing your own list of customers or panelists or respondents, you can add your communities to a particular survey and send it out from here. And if you need people to take your survey, this is the sheet that you can fill out, and you can say, you know, I need 100 people, and I need it completed by the 31st, and I'm looking for, you know, everybody between, you know, these ages, and so on and so forth. And then you can also add additional notes if you need to. And once you have that, you can click here, deploy a survey. You'll get a response from the audience team, and they'll let you know how much it costs. And then the new thing that's under distribute is the mobile app. So if anybody's used the offline app tool, which is great for those that are in the field and want to run it on devices, it replaces the paper and pen. And this is where you can access and add your devices and manage your devices. So everything here remains the same in terms of adding your device, which folders you want to access. And then of course, if you need to edit it, you can always click here and you can update the settings and the kiosk information themes, which is kind of new and cool. If you haven't seen that, you can add a special theme and customize that to your liking. Other things you can see here under the mobile is the opportunity to do a manual sync. So if your system has not synced and you need to get the data from your device into QuestionPro, you can do a manual export with your information that you get in either JSON or the item or the SQL. And every device has a particular I think they call it instructions. Yes, they have instructions in which you can go in and they'll show you how to download it and send it in, and they will append it to the account and you can then use it for analysis. And of course, FTP sync, this is where you can go in and sync all of the data that you receive through your mobile devices as well. And under analytics, this is where you can see changes in terms of the look and feel. Everything is going to have a drop down. So under dashboards, you can see dashboard, participant stats, responses. Under analysis, you can see all the basic and advanced options, including data segmentation, cross-tabulation, trend analysis, and more. And then under text analytics, you'll see text reports, word cloud, text analysis or categorization. That's where you can categorize it. And then choice modeling, which is conjoint analysis, max diff. And if you have a question that supports turf analysis will pop open here as well. And then if you need to export data and you're doing your analysis in tools like SPSS or Tableau, you'll have the option to export the data in either your raw data, export, charts and analytics, different packages here in the format that works best for you. And you can also look at your download center and review your history in terms of where you've downloaded information. And if you need to re-download it from that date and time, this is a great place to access all this information. If you need to delete data or look at any information in terms of a clear data log, this is a great place where you can see, for particular surveys, especially if you're working on a team, if there's been any changes or if there's been any deletes, this is a great place to confirm where it was, who did it, etc. And that is the major changes that we have. And so it does look like we have a few questions via chat here. Let's see here. Just 1 second. I'm going to go back a little bit and see if I can answer a few. It looks like here. Okay, looks like LaQuinda, you're handling all the questions really great here, but maybe a few of them I might raise just for fun here. So let's see here. It looks like for Tawanda Jackson had a question for adding other languages. Will the person have an opportunity to choose a language if selected? And the answer is yes. So when you are adding a language, you can get the option to select which languages that you'd like to use in your survey. And when the respondent takes the survey, they can pick, if it's a multilingual survey, they can pick between English or Spanish or any other language that you've added as well. So that's a really good thing. And you can preview that when you are doing your survey, and you can see what that looks like. See here. Let's see if there's any other questions. So it looks like there's a question, it looks like my license doesn't have access to all of these options that you've shown me. How can I get access to all of these options? And so that's a great question. So first of all, you may want to check what kind of license that you have. So you can always go to the top right-hand corner and click on the name. Usually if you put your name in, they'll put like an E, and you can look at your type of your account. What kind of account do you have? And you can just open up information and you can see what kind of license do you have, and then whether or not you would like to upgrade it. And generally speaking, with an employee license like myself, I have access to everything. If you're interested in a tool that has access to everything, you can start with at least the corporate license and you can move forward with that. So a lot of the items that that is included there, you'll see that you'll see what we have included as well. So if you're interested in some advanced options that we have and the difference between a team and enterprise license, the main items would be the advanced quotas and variables, also options with design types. So if you want to customize your themes, adding custom CSS, those kinds of things you will need access with a higher paying license. And then of course under analytics, you'll also have access to more of the advanced options. So you'll get some basic items, which includes data segmentation, crosstabs, trend analysis, and those are the basics. But anything further beyond that, at least the corporate and higher will have access to the advanced options. And then choice modeling is available for enterprise options. So if you don't have that, then and you're interested in Conjoy or MaxDiff, then you'll want to speak to us to see about upgrading to an enterprise license. Let's see if there's any other questions. So far, I think Lakunder is doing a great job covering all the questions here. All right. All right, wonderful. So it looks like all the questions are there.
Sir,
Lakunder, you had a question.
Sir, there is one question in Q&A. Can you please check that?
Sure thing. Let me go ahead and check.
It's from Dan. Should I read that?
Okay, great. Hi, Dan McDonald's. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us today. SOGO survey. What is this question here? How does the cost compare to SOGO survey? That's a really, really great question. To be honest with you, I have not heard of SOGO survey. They may be kind of a new people on the thing, but I do want to show you the front end here so you can see all of our pricing that we have available, including features and services that are included. So at the individual level, we obviously offer a free license with 10 questions per survey, 100 responses, and email support. Professional license is $15 a month. So you'll have unlimited surveys and questions. You can capture up to 1,000 responses per month. You'll get priority email support. And then the bigger difference you'll start seeing under our corporate license, which is $75 a month. We have a monthly and annual plan if you like, and that includes unlimited responses, 24/7 support, and all the options including skip logic, so and different kinds of items, piping, theme customization, global password protection. So a lot of the security and setting options that we've covered, you're going to start seeing those being available at the corporate level. And if you'd like to upgrade to a team or enterprise license, everything that you've seen in corporate will be included over here, and it does include some more advanced items such as custom scripting, scoring, extended media support. So if you want to run video surveys, that kind of thing, we can do that. Extended email list size. So if you're working with a large list of respondents you'd like to work with, and any kind of integrations, that's when you want to start looking at a team license. And of course, enterprise license is all the things that team has, plus this is where you'll get conjoint questions and analysis options. The complex question types, the more advanced question types will be available here. Survey encryption for security purposes are here. Single sign-on, the option to import data. So if you've collected surveys, responses, and other tools, and want to use our tool for analysis, you can actually upload it in here. And so there's lots of different options here, including other integrations like Salesforce, Google Analytics, other webhooks, and anything that needs to be like HIPAA compliant or GovCloud compliant, those kinds of things. We do have that at the enterprise level, and the pricing here is generally customized. It really depends on what you need, and so it can range between $3,000 all the way up. We've got a few customers who do pay around $250,000, depending on what they need. But it's very extensive, very global, and we're talking about hundreds of users within their organization. So depending on what you need, let us know. We'll be happy to work with you and what works best for you. And let's see if there's any other questions from the audience here. Let's see here. It looks like we've got a question from Vanessa. She's a doctoral candidate needing to complete a data analysis. Seems like a good source. What package would you recommend? We do offer a university license. I'm not sure if that could be a part of it, but I would highly recommend reaching out to our university team. LaQuinder, if you could respond back to her with the contact information for the people that can follow up, because we do offer that available for doctoral candidates as well. So feel free to do that. Any other questions that you see? Looks like I have a question here from Rohar. Could you speak about fielding surveys to mobile numbers and or fielding via SMS? Is that available? We do offer SMS options available, or fielding surveys to mobile numbers. That is available through our communities platform. And so basically what you would do, if you're interested, I could pull up just a little bit of information for you about communities. And basically you would build a community or a panel of people with numbers, and then you can use their tool in terms of profiling information and everything, and then you can send out the information via SMS. So that is a great way to do that. LaQuinder, do you know if we offer SMS in the regular surveys?
Yep, Esther. I'm here. I was answering the questions in the chat window.
Yes.
Yep. So is it related to Laura? What Shia has asked? Can you please repeat your question?
Oh, I was just going to ask, do we offer SMS for just surveys? I believe we do it for communities.
Yes, we
Oh, we
do
do.
that. We do that. It's possible to community platform. So when we use community platform, there is two options: either to send a survey via email or to send it via SMS. And
Okay, and that has to be done through communities. Okay, so I
yes,
was correct on that. Okay,
yes,
perfect.
you are. Yes, you are.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, and it looks like we have one other question here from Laura. I have a corporate model with a survey available to the public and keep getting emails.
Yes, we can solve that, Laura. Actually, when you go to your admin settings, there is an option. I will share a screenshot with you. There is an option to stop sending email reports. Once you disable that option, you will not get such notifications in your email. Okay, so I will share that information with you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much. All right, so we have reached 11:30, so this session is quite a short one for everybody, but we will have the slides and recording available. And obviously, if you have other questions, feel free to go ahead and reach out to support at questionpro.com. Is it support at questionpro.com? Laquender. Or you can
Yes,
reach out
yes.
to me. Okay, perfect. Yeah, you can go to support@questionpro.com. They'll be happy to answer any questions regarding, maybe the license type or any how to do certain things. They'll be happy to. They're there 24/7. People like Laquinder and the rest of the team are incredibly smart and know the tool inside and out, even better than myself. So I recommend reaching out to them, and they'll get back to you right away. So that would be great. And if you have any questions for me in particularly, feel free to email me. You can reach me at esther.lavielle, that's Lavielle, at questionpro.com. So again, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. I see that we have some requests for other topics. So if you have topics that you would like for us to cover, I will be happy to do that. That's actually something we are planning to do in our education hour moving forward. So any of those, feel free to email those to Lacunder's team or to myself, and we can add those to the roadmap and make this a valuable tool to all of you. So thank you again, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.